It's Tuesday morning and there's a lot of work to get done here in the garage. We got back late Sunday from a 3-night stay out on the coast and it rained every single day. The temperature didn't break 65 degrees and now today it's going to be like 80 every day. So that's cool. But got a lot of stuff to pack up. Monday, I spent almost the whole day kind of organizing stuff for the eBay stores, and I ended up listing close to 1,000 postcards. A whole bunch of those sold, so we'll take a look at those in the video, and we'll take a look at a bunch of other stuff I got to grab over here from one of the other stores as well. Did do some picking and found some old iPhones here. This is like the same size as the iPhone 5, which is bigger than the iPhone 4. You know, remember this came out, it was a lot taller than the iPhone 4. You forget how small phones used to be here. I'll grab my iPhone. This is a 16 Pro, not a Pro Max. So this isn't even the big one, but look how small these phones used to be. They were just so tiny. And this was the bigger one compared to the iPhone 4. So these two here, that's just a regular, I think that's just a 5. These two are iPhone SEs, and they're both 32 gig models, and they have everything with them except for a lightning cable. I got to find a lightning cable for this. But it's got the original charging brick, and then remember when the headphones used to come in these plastic cases? I thought that was pretty cool. Also, remember when phones had headphone jacks on the bottom of them? These are both in really, really good condition. Neither one of them have had a passcode on them, so I was able to wipe them out so that I can actually sell these, or I don't know, maybe keep them because they're kind of cool. I will put some comps up here on the screen because even though you can use this phone, I really wouldn't recommend it. You can't update them anymore, so there might be some sort of a security risk there. And a lot of the apps won't even work on these older iOSs on the phone. I did load one of these up with eBay, and it wouldn't. The app worked, but it wouldn't work completely. And I didn't update this all the way to, I think iOS 15 is the latest. It's on iOS 13, which I'm going to keep because some people would prefer to have that if they were buying one of these older phones. I also grabbed an old Samsung, I think this is only a couple bucks here, Galaxy S5. It's really sticky in the back. I don't know if this has any value at all, along with this tablet. This is an old Samsung tablet. I'm not sure the exact model, but it's a Verizon tablet. So I grabbed all these phones, and I grabbed one more phone that I'm actually going to keep. This is an old Samsung Galaxy S10e, and they actually gave this to me for free. It's in great shape. I had a case on it the whole time, and I'm not going to use it as an everyday cell phone, although people still do. What I'm going to use this for, see that? Your item sold, $4, $19.95. This is going to be just an eBay phone linked to a different store because I have one store on this phone, and logging in and out of the eBay app is just time consuming. I don't want to bother with it. So for a cool little free phone, I'll link this one while it's linked to my Ephemera store. And then whenever I have to go dig for orders, I can load up eBay and swipe through and see what orders I have to pull. So pretty cool. Happy to have that for free. But looking at this MacBook Pro here, this thing is a dinosaur by computer age here. I want to say this is a 2009. It's got some acid damage on it, but what I miss is stuff like this little battery gauge here, which is dead now, unfortunately, but you'd hit that and it would light up and show you how much battery is in it. Also, look at all the I/O ports on this thing. That's awesome. And it also, on the back, well, there's a CD drive in it too, which is unheard of nowadays, but then on the back, you can pop this open, and you've got access to the battery and the hard drive and whatever this little rubber thing is. It looks like it came off of there. But imagine being able to pull your battery out of your MacBook Pro today, or just swapping the hard drive without tearing the whole thing down. I really wish computers, well, Macs in general, went back to something like this. So right before our little vacation here, I listed this sign and hung it up because I honestly wanted to keep it because it looks cool. This is from the Eagle Nest Park. This is actually from a private estate up in the Adirondacks. And I found this at an estate sale. It was behind another picture in a garage. You can see it's embossed. But when I first saw this, you can see how shiny it is. I thought this was like a repop, something that just was remade and wasn't original. But I'll show you what I saw on the sign that immediately let me know that this was an original sign and not something that came out of like a Hobby Lobby or something like that. So on this sign on the bottom right, you see how it says MCA with some numbers on it? The MCA stands for the Massillon Cleveland Akron Sign Company, and they've been around since probably the, I don't know, very early 1900s, and they did signs for everybody. Texaco, Mobil, Coca-Cola. I've actually got a Pirelli sign back there behind everything that I think's from MCA. I mean, they did metal, tin, porcelain, so they've been around for quite a while. So if you see MCA on the bottom of a sign, it's probably something you want to look into. So I listed this right before we took off on vacation, and someone sent me an offer, and I think it was around $75 less than what I was asking. But I was on the road driving at the time, and I wasn't trying to sit here and accept offers. And plus, I had just listed it, and it had 2 watchers. But before we made it to our first destination, this ended up selling for the full asking price of $299.95 plus shipping. This is a really cool piece, and I honestly wished that it was working because I probably would have kept it. You don't come across boom boxes with built-in TVs very often, but unfortunately this one did have an issue with the TV, so I had to list it as for parts or not working. But it did end up selling, unfortunately not for the full amount that I was hoping for, but it did go for 20 bucks plus shipping. This here was a bad buy. I picked this up on vacation actually last year. It's a Fujifilm Endeavor camera, and while it looks like it's something that could be worth a decent amount of money, it takes APS film, which unfortunately is no longer produced, and it's kind of tough to come by. It sells for a little bit more than some of the older expired 35 millimeter rolls. But the other problem is there aren't many people that want to develop it, and you will have to pay extra to get it developed. So this one did sit for a while, but it finally ended up selling for $9.99 plus shipping. This is a Homedics Jet Spa luxury bath spa, and this is a new open box item. This isn't something I would normally buy, especially if it were used, but it was only $5 and it had some decent selling prices. So I had this up for several months, ended up putting it on sale, and then finally got an offer that I accepted for $40 plus shipping. This is an old boat cleat, and I've had it for quite a while in the store here. I picked this up in a box full of other boat parts, and a lot of the other boat parts sold right away. But I've actually got 2 of these, and well, for whatever reason, it took a long time for one of these to sell. But I did finally sell it for the full asking price of $33.99 plus shipping. I love selling service manuals, but they can take up quite a bit of space because for whatever reason, whenever I find these, it's always like a truckload. And I've got quite a few of them sitting here in the garage. This is a Tecumseh service manual from 1972. Pretty good shape for its age. Obviously smells like an old garage, but this one did sell for the price of $24.49 plus shipping. All right, let's take a look at these postcards from the Ephemera store. I listed just under 1,000 postcards yesterday, so a bunch that have sold right away. I'm guessing I may have underpriced them. One I know for sure that I underpriced, so if any postcard experts that are watching this want to chime in, let me know how bad I screwed up. But that's all right. If I gave someone a rare card that they were really hoping to get for a good price, then I'm fine with that. And I'm not actively looking for tons and tons of postcards. If I find them at estate sales, I'll pick them up. But I don't expect to have a store with tens of thousands of postcards. There's a lot of other people on YouTube that do postcards a lot better than what you're going to see here. But I'll let you know what these sold for, and my thoughts on some of them, of what I could have got for them. But the first one that sold, Munson Williams Proctor Arts Institute. This card sold for $4 plus shipping. The next one, this is actually the one that I know I underpriced. It says Stars, Stripes but No Stars in Asheville, North Carolina, unused. It's got the prisoners, the chain gang up there. And I sold this one for $19.95 plus shipping right away. And when I looked this up, I should have looked this up before, but I did find on the 3-year look back on eBay that this same card sold for $29.50 at an auction. So I probably could have got well over that $29.50, but that's all right. The next one that sold, Harriet Beecher Stowehouse, Andover, Massachusetts. This one went for $6.95 plus shipping. The next one here is Fairview Lodge in Fourth Lake in the Adirondacks. And this is 1937. This is somewhere I typically would have been last weekend because I'm really, really close to the Adirondacks. And they have a huge garage sale on Memorial Day weekend that goes way up north. But this piece here sold for $12.99 plus shipping. The next one, it's got some creases in it, unfortunately. Pretty old, 1929. This one is from the Canyon and Falls, Prospect, New York. Sold for $4.99 plus shipping. Next one is the Piermont, New York. It's got C. Kruger's Hotel in the photo. It says extra beer on the sign. This one sold for $4.99 plus shipping. Next one here on the way to the Adirondacks. This is Alder Creek, Burke's Manor. This card sold for $8 plus shipping. Let's see, this one is another one from Alder Creek, Morrison's Restaurant, and it was typed on the back. It says opening for the season, Wednesday, April 5th in 1950. It's pretty cool. It's a real photo postcard. This one sold for $15 plus shipping. The next one here, I saw a few that sold for less than this, so I think I did okay. It's a real photo postcard, the Freedom Train, Spirit of 76. It sold for $19.99 plus shipping. This is an interesting card here from the Museum of Arts and Sciences in Rochester. Rochester 320 million years ago. And this one sold for $4.99 plus shipping. Another Munson Williams Proctor Institute here, an unused postcard. And this one is the annual festival children's activities in Utica, New York. Sold for $4.99 plus shipping. These two are going to the same buyer. There are a bunch of repeat buyers here. And for whatever reason, I remember just not that long ago, a few weeks ago, eBay had a little thing underneath each person's name if they had bought multiple items from you on offers. Because if someone makes me an offer on 2 or 3 postcards and I accept them, it shows up as 2 or 3 separate orders. And there was a thing that said this buyer has 5 items ordered from you or something, but for whatever reason eBay got rid of that. Not sure why they did that, but this is from Main Street in Fonda, New York. It's published by the Utica Paper Company, but printed in Germany. And this postcard, along with the New York Central Tower number 16 in Shanty in Fonda, New York, these two went to the same buyer for $39.98 plus shipping. The next one, Remsen, New York. This is the high school in Remsen. This one sold for $4 plus shipping. And here's another one. Some of the Rochester, this is another one, Museum of Arts and Sciences. I'm guessing this went to the person that bought the other one from there. This one sold for $4 plus shipping. And this person also bought 3 more Rochester photos. Here's one from the Lilac Festival. This one sold for $4. And another one here from the, this must be it says at the Poets Garden, Highland Park, Rochester, New York. Also went for $4. Now, based on the way these look, I wouldn't have expected these to sell right away. So maybe this person just collects items from Rochester. So all of these went for $4 plus shipping. And then there's one sheet of paper that came from the Witherhill Hotel in Plattsburgh, New York. This one's been sitting a long time. I think it was originally listed in October or November of last year, but it sold for $7.99 plus shipping. All right, those were just a handful of the orders. I've got a lot of stuff to get packed up here and shipped out today, so that's going to be it for this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.